CentraCom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leader in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school football game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the football field for simulcast coverage of high school football on Mid-Utah Radio and CentraCom Channel 10.
We're here at Fillmore, Utah, to bring you the game between South Summit Wildcats and the home Millard Eagles. This is Dennis Aldridge. So far, my sidekick has not shown up. We'll see what happens there. But we're happy to bring you the game tonight. We appreciate Mid-Utah Radio and also CentraCom for helping to bring this game to you tonight. Pivotal game for both teams for different reasons tonight. South Summit, of course, is undefeated in region and looking to hold on to that one top spot, or at least a tie for the top spot with North Summit in preparation for their game next week. Millard, of course, looking to win the game to move themselves up, hopefully to try and get to that second or third position in the region to get a better seed and possibility going into the playoffs. So pivotal for both reasons, for both teams. A little bit different direction, but pivotal either way. It promises to be a good game. Millard tonight is Millard's senior night. And they will be honoring here in just a moment a group of senior boys that include Carson Adams, Derek Brunson, Garrison Beckstrand, Caden Booth, Sebastian Garcia, Hayden Hunter, Caleb Rasmussen, Logan Robinson, Kyler Rowley, Jesse Robinson, Rudy Rodriguez, Mason Wade, and also Cole Watcott, a good group of seniors that they'll be saying goodbye to after this year. They, of course, have one more game next week. That's a game over at Gunnison. Again, a pivotal football game. South Summit has kind of had their way in 2A the last couple of years. Two-time defending state champs, and they're ranked number one again this year and have not lost a game on the year so far. Doing very, very well. Millard has struggled. They've only won a few games. Of course, some of those games are against the 3A competition. But they have struggled in losing to North Summit last week. They've lost to Summit Academy in league. They have defeated American Leadership Academy in league, and they still have a game with Gunnison. So pivotal, this game pivotal for their hopes of success. Just quickly, how the different teams, how they got here. Millard, of course, started out with 3A competition, losing to Juab, one of the top teams in the 3A, 13-34. And then also beating Delta 28-14. At this time, there's some things going on the field as far as presentations. So let's go back to studio for an extended timeout, and we'll be back after these announcements.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Materia Natural Resources in Delta, Utah. Advocating education in our Millard County communities, Materian is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materian offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools.
Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
The new Carl's Jr. Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. It's not for everyone. It's not for you if you prefer French poodles to sweet French toast. If cinnamon swirls make you dizzy, it's not for you. But if you crave all the best breakfast buffet flavors like egg, sausage, and cheese between cinnamon swirl French toast, then it's definitely for you. The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich at Carl's Jr. for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles sports booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Football season is in full swing and you don't want to miss any of the action. So stop by Service Drug today and receive your flu shot. They have vaccines available for all ages and most insurances pay 100% of the cost. They also offer vaccines for other diseases including shingles and pneumonia. Receive your injection in a private professional environment administered by licensed professionals. Vaccinations are available every day, anytime during normal business hours. So stop by Service Drug today in Delta or Fillmore and don't let the flu bug keep you on the sideline.
Hi, I'm Mark Huntsman, Senior Vice President of Sunrise Engineering. I would like to thank all of our loyal clients and employees who have contributed to the success of our company. Sunrise Engineering has been recently recognized nationally in the top 500 engineering firms and as a recipient of the National Client Satisfaction Award 5 years in a row. We are presently expanding at Sunrise and are looking to add engineers, surveyors, and other support staff. To join our team, visit our website or call Sunrise Engineering at 800-560-6151.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Again, this is Dennis Aldridge bringing you the game tonight between the Millard Eagles and the South Summit Wildcats. Once again, we turn to the importance of this football game for both teams. Again, South Summit trying to remain that number one and get that number one seed going into the playoffs, and of course Millard trying to claw their way back up the ladder after having lost a couple of games and putting them down in the record a little bit. As far as tonight's competition, you go by the statistics or the Perry's Power Guide and also the Deseret News in trying to predict games. South Summit is predicted to be a 32-point favorite over the Millard Eagles. And also the paper picks South Summit. I guess you'd have to, from statistics, you'd about have to go that way. Other games of interest, Manti predicted to beat Richfield by some 30 points. North Summit, also number one atop the 2A North, picked by 24 points over American Leadership Academy. A big game down south, San Juan playing Beaver. And that one is too close to call, basically. It's a 4-point difference by Perry's Power Guide. However, Perry picks San Juan to win it, and the paper picks Beaver to win it. So that's going to be hotly contested. That is in San Juan tonight. Big game in the South because, again, if Millard were to end up in the third or fourth spot, they'll be playing one of those two people if they win their first playoff game. Summit Academy playing Gunnison. That's a big game because right now in the standings, American Leadership, Millard, and Summit Academy all tied at 1 and 2. And so Summit Academy playing Gunnison tonight. That's huge for Summit Academy. Millard playing the South Summit. That's huge for Millard. Again, trying to claw their way up into that number 3 at best, hopefully, and no lower than fourth as they try to fight that out. Millard, of course, next week will be playing Gunnison at Gunnison, another huge game for standings and seedings and position. Interestingly enough, again, we talk about two teams, a little bit different angles. South Summit right now, in their points per game averaging 39.6 points per game. They are number 5 in the state. Number 4 in points per game against, that they only allow 10.7 points per game. And in their margin of victory, they're number 3 at 28.9 points margin of victory in each game that they play. So offensively, defensively, they've been very sound all year long. They have played some bigger schools. They have played Morgan, Park City, they played San Juan, and they've beaten all of them. They beat San Juan first game of the year 26-7. They beat Morgan 14-7. They've beaten Park City 27-24 in the closest game they've had. Since they've come to region in 2A, South Sevier 54-0, ALA 52-9, Gunnison 55-7, Summit Academy 49-21, and of course now they play Millard tonight. And Millard has been a little bit better defensively than some of those other teams, but it's going to be a real test for them tonight as they face the firepower of this South Summit football team. This is the Snow College pregame show, and we appreciate Snow College and their help in the 2A ranks and the high school ranks. Snow College is in the top 10% in the nation in student success. Turn on your education and visit snow.edu.
Millard County Credit Union in Fillmore and Delta sincerely appreciate your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but their new Flex Teller service at millardccu.com will make it convenient to manage all your credit union accounts from home. Flex Teller is coming soon and will provide members with mobile banking and remote deposit capture. Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. CentraCom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit CentraCom.com to learn more.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
How long has it been since you performed at your peak? Dr. Jordan Meekum at Peak Performance Chiropractic and Sports Rehab Center in Delta wants to help you reach your peak performance in everything you do. Whether it's at work, the golf course, the field, the hardwood, in the mountains, or maybe most importantly, playing with your kids, Dr. Meekum provides services for everything from back pain, headaches, shoulder, elbow, and wrist pain, foot and ankle injuries, and pain that comes with pregnancy. Visit PerformPeak.com to schedule your appointment today at Peak Performance in Delta or call 435-864-2000.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Again, the game tonight between the South Summit Wildcats visiting against the Millard Eagles. Quickly, the other side, this time of the year we start looking closely at playoff possibilities. As I mentioned at the north, it's North Summit, South Summit tied 3-0, and they play next week, interestingly enough. And then also Millard plays Gunnison next week, and Summit Academy plays ALA. So there'll be a lot of movement within the region in the next 2 weeks, one way or another. And then the other side, you've got Beaver and San Juan tied at 3-0 atop the South Division. You've got Enterprise at 2-1. Enterprise, a team that Millard has beaten. They have Grand at 1-2, and then North Sevier, South Sevier at 0-3. North Sevier and South Sevier play each other tonight. Grand and Enterprise play each other tonight, and San Juan and Beaver play tonight. So there'll be a lot of movement there. Next week, Beaver will be playing North Sevier, San Juan will be playing Enterprise, and Grand will be playing North Sevier. Now that becomes important because, as you know, in 2A, there is a play-in game. So if Millard were to end up number 3, they would go against the South number 6, which right now looks to be South Sevier or North Sevier, the loser probably of tonight's football game, and then they would go in and play the number 2 team from the South in the first actual playoff in the quarterfinals, and right now that's either Beaver or San Juan, and it would be at their place. And if you remember last year, Millard got to make that trip down to San Juan and played a baseball game, ended up losing 6-5 in that football game with a touchdown by San Juan late in the game. So it becomes very important where you end up in the seeding. If Millard goes in as number 4, they will host again. 3 and 4 both host that game, which would be in 2 weeks. As they go in number 4, they'd get the North number 5, which again would be North Sevier or South Sevier. They would then, the winner of that would go in as the South's number 4 and play the North's number 1, again Beaver or San Juan. So either way, but it'll be a trip either to Beaver or to San Juan if you win that first football game. And then, of course, you get into the semifinals, and that's at SUU on November 7th, and the state championship is at Weber State on November the 14th. And so a lot of football yet to be played, but Millard needs to get serious about it here tonight, and they know that they do, and it's going to be tough against these South Summit Wildcats. South Summit, they're a very diverse team. They do a lot of throwing and they do a lot of running. They're all over the place, and they have great statistics. They run an option attack, but they also have opened it up with a lot of passing. So their statistics have been really good. A lot of players. They've got 90 carries by Isaac Tillett, 60 carries by Jordan Miller, 22 by Matt Lee, 10 by Parker Grajek, and 20 by Porter Fitzgerald, 34 by Brady Bess, 69 by Nicholas Beasley. And all of these kids are averaging between, over 3.5 to 5 yards a carry. With these carries. And in fact, Isaac Tillett with 92 carries is averaging 10.78 yards per carry. Quarterback, of course, is Nicholas Beasley. He has 60 attempted passes, completed 31 for 591 yards, an average of 19 yards per reception with 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So they move the ball in many different ways, and a lot of people participate in what they do offensively and defensively. Of course, they're very stingy, as we mentioned, giving up only 10 points per game on average. And so a very balanced, very good football team on both sides. And again, this is Dennis Aldridge trying to bring you the action. I don't know where my sidekick is and if he'll get here, but we'll certainly put him to work. And again, this is the Snow College pregame show. The Horn School of Music is proud to offer the first 4-year degree in the history of Snow College, a Bachelor of Music degree in commercial music. Call 283-7472 to find out more, or go to snow.edu. We're on the field getting ready for the tough coin toss in preparation of starting the game, and then we'll be back with the starting of this football game.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Materia Natural Resources in Delta, Utah. Advocating education in our Millard County communities, Materian is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materian offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The new Carl's Jr. Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. It's not for everyone. It's not for you if you prefer French poodles to sweet French toast. If cinnamon swirls make you dizzy, it's not for you. But if you crave all the best breakfast buffet flavors like egg, sausage, and cheese between cinnamon swirl French toast, then it's definitely for you. The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich at Carl's Jr. for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Welcome back to Millard High School. We're beginning the football game here, and Millard won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they lined up to kick off to the South Summit Wildcats, and then they went with the onside kick, which took the perfect bounce over the front line of the receiving team and landed right in the hands of the Millard Eagles. And so Millard has it 1st and 10. Recovering the onside kick at South Summit's 48-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll come up in the broken bone with a wing to the left side. Looks like a reverse back to the other side. Reverse coming back right, setting up to throw the ball. He's hitting the backfield, still trying to get rid of it. He gets forward, but unable to get much out of it. And that is taken down by number 53 of South Summit, and that's Jackson Clegg. And again, trickery to start with. They started with the onside kick and then come back with a reverse pass, but the coverage in the secondary for South Summit was too good and they were unable to get the ball off. And so it'll be 2nd down now and 14, a loss of 4 on the play for the Millard Eagles. So once again, they come to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Jesse Robinson in the broken bone, tight end right, wide receiver right. Handoff to the first back through. He breaks to the left, outside, gets around the end. Good block out there. Daniel Whitaker down the sideline. Daniel Whitaker with a great play. Nice block by the wide receiver out there. to spring him to the outside. He'll move the ball down to the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. Taken out of bounds down there by number 8, number 9, Brady Bess, and also number 29, Jordan Miller for South Summit. Big play by the Millard Eagles to start with. Again, that was the option dive up the on the right-hand side, then veered back to the left off the couple of downfield blocks. Once again, they break the bone. This time they'll go with a tight slot on the right-hand side. I formation looks like. Give to the second back through. Bounce to the outside. Bounce again to the outside. Nice block. He will go down, however, running the ball, number 16 for the Millard Eagles. Number 16 is Derek Brunson, as some of these numbers are off. They've got the new jerseys on. Taken down by number 2, Parker Grajek of South Summit. Pickup of 2 on the play. And that was a great play by Grajek because it looked like Brunson had a lot of running room, and Grajek defeated the block at the last minute and was able to take him down for only the 2-yard gain, maybe 3. It'll bring up 2nd down now and 7 or 8. And Millard again comes this time with the inverted bone. They'll put in motion across the formation. Daniel Whitaker, reverse pivot, give to the second back through. He bounces into the secondary and is able to get across the 20 down near the 15-yard line. This will be close to a 1st down, taken down by a swarm of Wildcats, but not before he'd moved the ball down close to a 1st down marker. Looks like they're going to spot him right about the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Millard Eagles with 9:42 left in this first quarter. And right now, good things happening. Sidekick has shown up. He's saying he didn't know. Well, he may not have, but he does now. Mike Lauder will quickly be on the radio with us. Again, Millard comes to the line. They give to the second back through. It's Brunson. He breaks back to the left-hand side. He'll get a 1st down as he approaches the 10-yard line. Again, taken down by the interior part of that defense for South Summit. Right now, up front, Millard handling the defensive line of South Summit, making the linebackers and defensive secondary do all of the tackling at this point in time. They'll have a 1st and 10 at about the 12-yard line. Millard does. Welcome, Mr. Lauder.
Welcome. I've been standing down there for half an hour.
Yeah,
Somebody says, you're supposed to be on the radio.
I told him I wasn't sure you remembered, and I hadn't called you, so nice to have you with us. Millard again approaches the line with the tight wing, broken bone to the left side this time. Reverse pivot, fake the 1st back. Quarterback keeps Jesse Robinson across the middle. Good decision as he saw the opening, took it in that option motion. Taken down in on the tackle there, number 81, Chandler Avery for South Summit. A pickup of about 3 on the play. And you can talk. I'm tired already.
I think what little bit we've had play so far and get started that South Summit was a little surprised by that onside kick and still haven't recovered yet. So
they do look a little lackadaisical in their play thus far. Millard approaching again the goal line. They are inside the 10 now at the 9-yard line with a 2nd down and 7 from the 9-yard line. They can get a 1st inside without scoring a touchdown. Motion across the formation right. Give to the 1st back. This time, nothing doing. Number 65 for South Summit, Zachary Delagnola. I hope I say that right. Apologies if I haven't. Zachary Delagnova, we'll have to say
go.
It. As he stops that, there's no gain on the play. In fact, there's maybe a little bit of a loss. It'll be 3rd down now. Short 7. Short 8, long 7. This time they'll break the bone again. They'll come with the tight wing and wide receiver to the right-hand side. And tight end, they've overloaded badly on this side. South Summit may not be picking it up. That may have been what was giving them the edge, is that it's overloaded to the strong side. The handoff goes to Brunson, but he's going to be stopped after a minimal gain, if anything. About a half a yard is all. It'll bring up a 4th down and 7 again. And they will send in, it looks like to me, the kicking unit.
Mass change out there, that's for sure.
They've given the tee to Sebastian Garcia. It looks like he's going to set up for a field goal. It'll be from the 15-yard line where he kicks it. That'll make it a 25-yard field goal. He's got the leg for it. He's kicked them that far before and in practice much, much farther. Millard trying to strike first on this thing. The ball is down. The kick is plenty long enough. Is it through? And it is. Millard strikes first. 3-0 for the Millard Eagles with 6:49 to go in the first quarter. Millard gets first blood. And we'll be back in 1 minute.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles sports booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles.
Once again, Sebastian Garcia, we were ruminating, wondering if they would go onside again, but they did not. The ball rattles around on the ground, finally picked up at about the 15-yard line, and Millard swarms it because it was on the ground bouncing around. South Summit not able to get a good return. They move it ahead for about 6 yards. They'll move it ahead to about the 21-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the South Summit Wildcats. Again, Millard has struck first here. Onside kick, some trick plays, and some good hard running and good blocking. Millard is on the board 3-0 with 6:43 left in the game. This is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Louder bringing you the action tonight. It's senior night for the Millard Eagles. South Summit will come up. Pistol formation, motion across the right side, back to pass. Deep pass down the field, wide open receiver. Coverage blown badly there, and it's going to be a touchdown. South Summit, and that's the explosiveness we talked about. The quarterback, number 5, Nicholas Beasley, and to number 8 on the reception. There is no number 8, so we'll say number 9, Brady Best. He went right down the sideline. Nobody even saw him.
It's a right past 2 Millard defenders. They were watching the quarterback. Ball goes over the head. He picks it up, runs it in for a touchdown.
And a perfect pass by the quarterback there. Sometimes they get anxious and overthrow that, but he threw a perfect pass right on the money to a streaking streaking Bess. And in to do the kicking will be number 33, Trey Hatch. And his kick is good. So just like that, South Summit's on the board, and they're ahead now 7-3. And it didn't take very long, a few seconds only. Let's go back to studio for 30 seconds.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Welcome back. Now, maybe some things will settle down here. Again, we've had a wild beginning to this football game. Millard kicked off, he went onside, recovered the onside kick, put the ball down the field, and kicked a field goal to go up 3-0 on South Summit. They acted like they were shell-shocked. But when South Summit got the ball, it took one play, and they went 75 yards for a touchdown. So now South Summit will be kicking to the Millard Eagles. Kicking for them will be number 27. And a lot of these numbers on both sides are not on our program, so I don't know who 27 is. He will approach the ball, kicks it deep. This is a great kick. This will probably go in the end zone, right at the goal line. Taken there. Looks like it's going to be the fake reverse down the sideline. The runner down cuts back to the left, now cuts back to the right, across the 40, up to the 45-yard line. On the run, number is Jesse Robinson, and there's a little pushing and shoving afterwards. 27 in on the tackle. That's the kicker. Again, we don't have his number, but he saved the touchdown as they faked the reverse that time, and South Summit bid on it. And then Jesse Robinson right down the sideline all the way to the 45-yard line.
Good execution there on that fake reverse. South Summit bid on it. Millard takes it up, picks up some good yardage off of that play.
I think South Summit has scouted this. They've seen that reverse, and I think they were looking for it. When they faked that action, they all took off to the far side, and it left this sideline wide open except for the kicker. Jesse Robinson at quarterback again, taking snap under center. South Summit jumped, but unfortunately Millard did too, and South Summit never cut across the line, so that'll be against Millard. 5-yard walk-off. And again, this is one of those games when you can't afford any kind of penalty.
Yeah, that Millard needs to play perfect tonight.
It'll be a first down. They did not start the play, so it'll be first down and 15 now for the Millard Eagles at their own 40-yard line. And again, they'll come up, and they looks like they're going to stick with this tight wing formation. Tight slot, broken bone. Back to pass, Jesse Robinson. They're looking downfield. He's got the swing back out there. Pass is complete. There is a penalty flag down, however. It's a short gain. It's only going to be a 2 or 3 yard gain. The pass is complete to Daniel Whitaker, but we're going to say we're holding number. We won't give the number. But Millard was guilty of holding. I'm imagining South Summit probably will take it. Instead of having a second down and 11, they're going to end up back with a first down and probably 25 to 30 yards now. So, a great kick return has been negated by 2 penalties, moving the ball back to the 25-yard line, where it will be the 1st and 30. Is that right, Mr. Mathman, Mike?
At least that, it looks like from here, yeah. 1st and 30.
Millard goes back to the inverted bone. They'll put motion across to the right-hand side. Back to pass once again. Pass across the middle is tipped by a defender. Lucky that one wasn't picked off. You did have Beckstrand in the middle, or is that Jackson Wardle? Jackson Wardle in the middle, but the ball was tipped by the defender and nearly picked off by another one. It'll be second down.
Just enough of a tip to send it over Jackson's outstretched arms and almost into the arms of South Summit safety standing back there.
So it'll be second down now. Millard in a deep hole. You never want to be there in your own territory. 30 yards to go. Inverted bone once again. They've got twins to the right. He's in the pistol formation, is Jesse Robinson. Looking for the snap, comes back, got the pass. This time they'll go to the other side. The receiver's bumped, but I think they're going to say the pass was overthrown. No big deal anyway.
Receiver cut inside, and the pass went to the outside, and it just defensive back happened to get in the way.
He bumped him, but there was no chance to catch the ball, so they're not going to get that call. Third down now, and 30 yards to go. Millard at their own 25-yard line once again. Still waiting for the play to come in. Garrison Beckstrand will bring the play on. Seems like they're taking a long time.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the official to start counting here myself.
He is checking his watch out. They will go in the inverted bone once again. The back jug begins to count. No motion. Straight drop back to pass. He's hit us. He's throwing the ball. The ball comes loose. They're going to say my arm was in motion. Forward pass. Penalty flag down. So it is right now ruled an incomplete pass with a penalty flag down in the area generally considered to be a holding area. In this case, I bet South Summit will decline.
That's just what I was thinking, that there's no sense in them taking this one.
And that's exactly what happens is there's holding on Millard in the interior part of the line because the pass was incomplete. And we got 5 yards out of that mark-off.
That was pretty good there.
They marked the ball up at the 25-yard line when the line of scrimmage should have been the 20.
But we won't tell anybody.
They gave us the motion on the forward incomplete. Sebastian Garcia booms it high and deep. It's going to come down about the 35-yard line. Fair catch indication, and he'll receive it there. But that's a great punt out of trouble by Sebastian Garcia. They're going to – well, they marked it where he gave the signal, not where he caught the ball.
That makes up for the 5 yards that we got on the last spot. Yeah. They got 5 yards on this spot. So.
Yeah. But he gave the indication of fair catch at the 37-yard line. Step back to the 35 to catch it. But, hey, what the heck. South Summit will take over now. Fine punt by Sebastian Garcia. Quarterback in pistol. You got double tight end and wing and slot. Looking to pass downfield. He's open once again. Number 2 downfield. Dodges one tackle. Gets away from another. Going down the sideline down to about the 15. Finally goes out of bounds. And again, the pass is complete to number 2. And he's yakking at the defensive back for Millard. But that's Parker Grajek. And again, he went right by the defense.
Again, I don't know what the defensive backs were watching. But obviously it wasn't the receiver because he got by him and was wide open.
The quarterback was rolling to his left. It looked like it was going to be a quarterback keep on the outside or maybe an option to the outside. But what the option was an option run pass. And Parker Grajek went right by everybody, and the pass was complete. Again, Nicholas Beasley, the quarterback, back to pass once again. Being pressured now, forced out of the pocket. He's going to throw it out of bounds, deep out of bounds, just to get rid of it. And smart decision by Beasley. He was being pressured that time by the Millard defense. Haven't run a play yet.
Who hasn't run a play?
South Summit. They've run 3 plays and 3 passes.
3 passes?
Yeah. They haven't run it. What I meant was they haven't run it yet. They haven't run on one play
Now
yet.
I understand what you were saying.
Well, figure that out.
It's been a while since I've been up here.
Again, South Summit now double tight, double wing. Fake to the first back through. Quarterback keep off the right-hand side, and he's headed to the end zone, folks. He's going to get outside the end. He's gone. Touchdown, South Summit. And that was their first running play, and it's a touchdown.
And the quarterback there looked like he's got some speed that when he cut through there and then broke to the outside, he went right by about 3 Millard guys.
Nicholas Beasley, and again, Millard took the dive away, but unfortunately there was nobody left for that quarterback. Good job of blocking, good scheme, good run by that quarterback. And in the kick will be number 33 for South Summit.
Trey
Hatch. Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. It'll be 14-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. 5:21 to play in this first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute timeout.
Football season is in full swing and you don't want to miss any of the action. So stop by Service Drug today and receive your flu shot. They have vaccines available for all ages and most insurances pay 100% of the cost. They also offer vaccines for other diseases including shingles and pneumonia. Receive your injection in a private professional environment administered by licensed professionals. Vaccinations are available every day, anytime during normal business hours. So stop by Service Drug today in Delta or Fillmore and don't let the flu bug keep you on the sideline.
Hi, I'm Mark Huntsman, Senior Vice President of Sunrise Engineering. I would like to thank all of our loyal clients and employees who have contributed to the success of our company. Sunrise Engineering has been recently recognized nationally in the top 500 engineering firms and as a recipient of the National Client Satisfaction Award 5 years in a row. We are presently expanding at Sunrise and are looking to add engineers, surveyors, and other support staff. To join our team, visit our website or call Sunrise Engineering at 800-560-6151.
Welcome back once again to Millard High School. South Summit will be kicking off again. Again, the kick is going to be high and deep back to the goal line. And they're going to be generous and give Millard the touchback. The receiver caught the ball. I thought he was about the 1-yard line. He slipped and fell down in the end zone, which would have been a safety. But they're going to give him a touchback, saying the ball knocked him into the end zone, right?
Or his foot stepped back as he was catching it. Either way, Millard gets the ball on the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles at the 20, or maybe they'll knock it off the 25 again. Who knows? 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Millard. And if what happened last time, if they do it again, if they'll throw 2 incomplete passes, they'll get 10 yards.
There we go.
After the starting fireworks to start the game, South Summit seems to have settled down. Now Millard needs to do something offensively this time to get themselves back in the ball game and push this ball up the field with some. And we're going to have
timeout. It looks like
timeout Millard. So we'll go back to the studio for a minute.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Millard County Credit Union in Fillmore and Delta sincerely appreciate your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but their new Flex Teller service at millardccu.com will make it convenient to manage all your credit union accounts from home. Flex Teller is coming soon and will provide members with mobile banking and remote deposit capture. Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Back to Millard High School, back to passes. Jesse Robinson, he throws the ball downfield. A poorly thrown ball. It ducked and waffled, but they're going to give the reception a great catch. This will be by Coyle, Turner Coyle. The receiver, well covered, but the back of the defender was turned to the ball. It waffled and ducked on him, and Turner turned back and caught it at a diving catch. Great catch. Moves the ball ahead to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Turner was the only one I think that had an opportunity to even see that football and turned back and ran right underneath it.
It turns out to be a great play. Millard will go back in the inverted bone. No motion here. Fake the handoff, reverse field, kick to the tailback. Going to the outside is Brunson. He threw one block to the outside, and I was watching the block behind him. There's no flag thrown, thank goodness. But Brunson was able to move the ball ahead for about 5 yards. We'll see where they spot it.
High-speed Wi-Fi.
And it'll be a second down. Looks like they're maybe 4 yards. No, they're going to give him the 5. Second down and 5. Nice run. Good option. Well diagnosed by the quarterback.
Good execution there.
This will bring up the 2nd and 5. Again, the ball at the South Summit side of the field at the 48-yard line. Broken bone. They do put a man in motion now. Trips to the left-hand side. Quick pass to the outside. This side, Turner Coyle has got the ball. Shoestring tackle saves that touchdown because Turner Coyle, with his speed, was headed to the end zone. Parker Grajek, who was fooled on the cutback by Coyle, did finally make a shoestring tackle.
And it looked to me like that Turner slipped just a little bit as he caught that ball and went to take off. If not, he probably would have had enough time to go right by him.
Millard doing a good job now of mixing up pass and throw, and they're throwing passes that are safer than most passes.
Short, quick to the outside.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line now. Broken bone, pistol formation. Snap comes back, handoff to the first back. He didn't want to give it up, but the fullback took it right away from Jesse. Another penalty flag down, and we're going to have another hold, I'm afraid. They are going to call the hold on the Millard Eagles. Chandler Avery on that tackle. South Summit will probably take the yardage this time. Give the play back. And it is a 10-yard mark off, moving the ball back to the Millard side of the field at the Millard 49-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 20. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Been a lot of fireworks in the first quarter. Again, the score 14-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. Millard on the attack. Inverted bone. Jesse Robinson sends Whitaker in motion. Reverse pivot looking to throw the ball. Pass outside is not there. Just off the hands of Marshall, as he looked like he wanted to throw the swing, but the linebacker took the swing away, so he looked downfield and looked like to me he was trying to throw it away for a minute.
Millard, I think, had 2 receivers in the area down the middle, but I think you're right that he was looking for that swing pass out to the outside, and South Summit wasn't fooled this time and had somebody standing out there, so he had to go a different direction.
The South Summit defender was standing there waiting for the ball to come to him, and Marshall kid stepped right in front of him. Had he had one more step, that would have been a touchdown. I don't think that safety saw Marshall coming. Inverted bone once again, put Whitaker in motion. Looked like it was a jump by the defense, but they don't call it. The counter back to the right side. Hand off to Brunson, I believe, back to the right side. That's Jackson Wardle. And he'll make a short gain on the play, moving the ball back to the 48-yard line. Set 3rd down and 17?
17, yeah.
An early score to pass on. Manti 12, Richfield 0. Millard with a bit of work to do here as they need 17 yards to get a 1st down. Got to get cleared down to the 30-yard line. This time they'll come up with a tight slot to the left side. Run the option action, but too much penetration as number 71 for South Summit is in the backfield before the backs are, and that's Broughton Flygare. I hope I said that one right.
That sounded like it to me.
It will be now 4th down for the Millard Eagles, and they lost yardage on that. They're back in their own territory at the 49-yard line, and Sebastian Garcia will come on to kick It looks like back to receive is number 15, Isaac Tillett. And the kick by Garcia is a good one. It's going to go out of bounds, it looks like, as he kicks to the coffin corner. Gets a nice bounce, and it'll be out of bounds just inside the 15. Looks like at the 14-yard line. So a very effective punt by Sebastian Garcia.
Good kick there, no return. And now Millard's got to come out here and play some defense and see if they can stop South Summit this time.
Another score coming through is Kanab 14, Parowan 0. And on the Perry's Power Guide, I don't think I've ever seen anybody with a rating. Poor Parowan, I think, has a Perry's Power Guide rating of about 4 points.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen one quite that low. Parowan has had some struggles. We'll take a timeout here as there's a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. CentraCom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit CentraCom.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Fillmore once again with the score 14-7, 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Millard did call that timeout. That's their second of the half. And again, 14-3. If you're just joining us, Millard was on top first as they were able to recover an onside kick, go down the field and get a field goal to go up 3-0. But since then, it's pretty much been South Summit. South Summit runs the ball off to the right-hand side. Ball in the hands of number 45. For South Summit, and that's another number we don't have. 45 I don't have, I apologize, on this roster.
I think this is a case of different uniforms, different numbers, and what gets put into the computer system that everybody's supposed to pull their rosters from is not what they wear for uniforms tonight.
If South Summit people are listening and want to get us the right numbers, we'll certainly try to announce them appropriately. Option to the right-hand side, ball pitched to the deep back, and he's down the sideline. He's got one man to beat. That's Garrison Beckstrand. Cuts back inside. Garrison slows him up, and he's finally taken down after a huge gain by, looks like Jackson Wardle came across. Garrison Beckstrand slowed him down. Number 15 on the carry. There's a penalty flag down. I believe that's going to be roughing the quarterback. But number 15 is Isaac Tillett, and he's the one that averages about 10 yards a carry, and he certainly got him there. They're marching back. This may have been a holding on South Summit, so a huge, and then he waved that Millard had declined it. So there's two holding calls. They declined one of them and kept the other one. That would be the one that's the farthest back.
That was the one that sprung him around the end originally. And
so instead of about a 50, 60-yard pickup, they will lose 12.
Almost 15 yards.
15 yards on the play. It'll be second down the whole bunch. First down over again, but a whole bunch. So Millard dodged a bullet there. But again, Isaac Tillett off that side. Again, his averages and his statistics is 9.92 yards per carry. And he got a little bit more than that time.
You saw why right there. It's a pretty good speed to the outside.
South Summit up again. They're going to overload the left-hand side. Millard got to pick that up. They got extra blockers on this left side. The quarterback off the left, pitch to the outside, blockers in front. One man to beat, cut from behind as, again, number 2 on the carry. Cut by number 7, Garrison Beckstrand. And he beat his block. He was blocked originally, was able to come back and eventually make that tackle.
Yeah, Garrison did a pretty good job of kind of standing up the blockers and then shed him and then go make the tackle.
It'll be a substantial pickup anyway. It'll be second down and 5, so they made quite a bit back, but not quite as much as I think he had hoped they'd get. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. South Summit will approach the line once again. They run from this spread offense, wings and wide receivers and tight ends both ways. Fake the first, pitch to the outside, going off the right side, cut back to the inside, and he's going to be taken down there. The running back.
Minimal gain.
Yeah, good play by the Millard Eagles as they were able to beat the blocks on that side, take him down. It'll be a gain of about a yard. It'll be a third down and 4. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score 14-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
How long has it been since you performed at your peak? Dr. Jordan Meekum at Peak Performance Chiropractic and Sports Rehab Center in Delta wants to help you reach your peak performance in everything you do. Whether it's at work, the golf course, the field, the hardwood, in the mountains, or maybe most importantly, playing with your kids, Dr. Meekum provides services for everything from back pain, headaches, shoulder, elbow, and wrist pain, foot and ankle injuries, and pain that comes with pregnancy. Visit PerformPeak.com to schedule your appointment today at Peak Performance in Delta or call 435-864-2000.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second quarter. This is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Lauder bringing you the football game between Millard Eagles and the South Summit Wildcats tonight, 14-3 in the second start the second quarter. South Summit barks hard. They're trying to draw Millard off. They did not get the call, however. So now they're going to reset and actually run a play. They now end up in an I formation. Twins to the right-hand side, back to pass. Quarterback's going to go over the top, and once again the receiver goes wide right past the defenders. And this time the pass was just a little off his fingertips. Pass intended for number 8 out there. And again, I don't have an 8. I'm assuming that's Brady Bess, number 9 on our sheets here. But just off his fingertips, and again, they go right by the defenders.
Millard dodged one there that they sent 2 receivers out, and one was picked up by the Eagles and the other one wasn't.
It'll bring down a fourth down now with South Summit setting on their own 30-yard line. A gamble here if you don't get it, but I think they feel pretty good about their chances. They're going to go for it, or at least try to draw Millard off sides. They do go a little bit tighter this time with their wings. They're going to put 2 backs in motion. That's not legal in this league. No, maybe in Canadian football, but not here.
I think they were in such a hurry trying to see if they couldn't get Millard to jump, and when they didn't, they thought, well, let's hurry up and go, but didn't give their backs time to set.
That is not Millard is excited because a loss of down on the tackle, but it won't count. It's an illegal shift. That's a dead play, and it'll be a 5-yard walk off against South Summit. They will. Excuse me. You're right. That was one that they could have reset, therefore it becomes a live play. You're right. That's not illegal procedure. So they'll get it at the point of tackle. Millard gets a great play there.
Now they need to capitalize on that opportunity, take advantage of it, and go score a touchdown here.
They are at their own South Summit's 24-yard line. Appreciate you guys setting me straight on that ruling. Millard will come up tight left, tight right. They got too many players on the field. Nobody saw it, though. We're all right. They had tight ends on both sides, a wide receiver, and a full house backfield. They better count heads. I'm counting 12. So, anyway, the result is a handoff up the middle to Whitaker.
Yeah, now we figured it out.
Yeah, they run 1 in and 2 off. the officials never saw it, so it's legal. Pick up of about 4 on the play. We'll have to go to instant replay and see that one again and see if we counted them right. Ball resting on the 20-yard line of the Wildcats. Millard comes to the line again. Overload left-hand side. Motion to the left-hand side. Gives him a real power side. Hand off to the first back through. He fumbles it. It looks like Millard picked it back up, though. This may be a fumble forward for 10 yards. Fumble is recovered by Rowell, it looks like to me, Jackson Wardle. And so a nice pickup on the fumble. It'll give Millard a 3rd down and about 3. Sometimes it's good to be lucky.
Yes.
You go downfield, I'll fumble it, you pick it up.
Whatever it takes to advance the football at this point.
Once again, Millard will come up in the inverted bone. They'll send motion across the left-hand side. Fake the handoff, pitch to the second back through. He's got some running room. Oh, he stops and is hit behind the line of scrimmage as he stops. And will be taken down for a loss, I think, on the play. In on the tackle, again, number 45 that we do not have on our roster here, and number 15, Isaac Tillett. It'll move the ball back to about the 19-yard line where it'll be 4th and 6. They're going to kick here or go for it?
I think at this point in time, they probably have got to go for it.
So this is about, okay, they will come up in the inverted bone. Trying to draw him off, no good there. Go back to pass, and trouble. Jesse Robinson's going to be sacked for a loss. He really didn't even have time to set up. He did have a receiver open out there. He had 3 in the same area with 2 defensive backs. But he's going to be taken down for a loss, so that'll be a turnover on downs for the Millard Eagles. And South Summit will get it about where they lost it.
That's 4 plays and no ground change there.
South Summit will take over, throwing 23, 24-yard line, 23-yard line, 1st and 10. And they lost at about the 20-yard line. Again, 14-3, 10 minutes left in the second quarter. 14-3 for South Summit. South Summit will come up, and this time they're going to overload left big. They got 3 receivers left-hand side. Now they put 1 in motion. Reverse back. They still go back to that left-hand side, the right side of Miller's defense. They got blockers out there. And penalty flag down. Good run. He's in the open. Number 15 once again. And he's going to be taken down. That's Tillett. Another big run for Tillett, but I think it's coming back for holding.
I would imagine with where that flag was thrown and when it was thrown that somebody was holding a Millard player.
And the quarterback's sitting there waiting for him to come back.
He's like, I'm not going anyplace. I know this is coming back.
So South Summit in this last 2 series of downs has killed themselves with these kinds of things. And so it'll be marched off from about the 23-yard line. That'll put it back at about the 13, where South Summit will have it 2nd and 20-something, 1st and 20-something. South Summit will still have the ball, but again, they've been their own worst enemy in the last couple of times they've had the football, and able to make anything happen. And big plays keep getting called back. That's the Tillett. Tillett has had 2 runs, which probably would have totaled 90 yards, and neither one of them counted.
Yeah, big runs brought back on a holding penalty both times.
This time they'll give to the first back through, and he runs through a couple of tackles. Nice run by the back through the right-hand side. And he's taken down after a gain of about 10 yards, so he gets the penalty back. And he was hit after a couple of yards and then drugged the first tackler. Finally, it took 3 of them.
Took a couple of guys with him. He wasn't about to be stopped.
That'll give him a 2nd down and 11 as he gets 9 or 10 back on that play. And they'll have a 2nd down and 11. Again, they come up in their spread offense, wings to either side. Single setback, motion across, turns and goes back with the motion. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, however. No gain on this one, as Millard played that one very well. Now a penalty flag down, and it's going to be on Millard. Unsportsmanlike call on Millard as the pile was unraveling, and now there's one on South Summit. I don't know if he's got any more left in his pockets.
I think they only carry 2, and he's used them both up right there. That
he had to reach deep for that second one.
One of the Millard players said something as he was getting up off of the pile for the original tackle, and then one of the South Summit kids didn't appreciate it and probably said something else back.
I think it had something to do. There's been a couple of plays on the sideline where there's been a little chirping going on. One was particularly on a pass earlier. There was some chirping going on between a couple of players, and these are the same 2 players involved. So it looks like there are 3 penalties. 3 penalties. There's 2 unsportsmanlike. Those were waved off, and then he called another one on South Summit. So it looks like the melee to begin with, they penalized both players. And then as the players were separating, as South Summit was walking away, said something and got the second unsportsmanlike penalty. So 2 for Millard, 1 for South Summit. Millard gets 10 yards out of it.
That's not bad. South Summit, again, like you'd mentioned earlier, seems to be their own worst enemy right now. That big play, pick up some yardage, do something stupid, and bring it back. Now we're trying to sort it all out.
Well, the way he explained it looked pretty good. I mean, for the umpire, the referee, he gave both the penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, waved him off, and then gave the 3rd penalty for us unsportsmanlike and assess the 15, which is half the distance basically. So now he's going to come over here, and maybe there's more time on the clock or something. They all happen. Again, we're trying to figure out what they're talking to the coaches about. The explanation they're trying to explain to the coaches. So, after all that, what we've got set up right here is a second down now, or third down.
I think that's what the discussion is whether it should be second down or is it third down. And we're leaving it at second down.
So it'll be second down and a good 20 yards again.
22.
Give to the first back through. Nice hole, number 15. And he could be off to the races. There's some holding, but they're not going to catch it. And he's going to beat everybody down the sideline. And so forget the penalties. Forget how far it is for a first down. That's Tillett once again. And there are no flags this time, folks. That is an 87-yard touchdown run by Tillett. And that'll make it 20-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. So, again, extremely explosive is South Summit. And that time, the young man, he gets to keep the yardage that time.
It's kind of picked up enough there to equalize the other two that he had taken back. But
they'll be on to kick the extra point, will South Summit. Again, that's number 15, Tillett, the running back. And a kick, number 33 for South Summit, Trey Hatch. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in this second quarter. Waiting for the snap. It's back, down and good. Kick is up. Plenty of distance, and it's going to be good. 21-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. Let's go back to the studio for a quick timeout.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
Once again, welcome back to Millard High School. This is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Lauder bringing you the action tonight. And again, since that first drive by the Millard Eagles off the onside kick, it's been all South Summit. And boy, are they potent when they want to be.
Yep, and right now the only thing that's been stopping them have been themselves and their penalties. That they'll pick up a run of 50 or 60 yards, but it comes back on a holding call and 2 or 3 times, and then all of a sudden they break one loose for a touchdown.
Yep. Their touchdowns have been a 60-yard pass play, and then a 40-yard pass play set up a 20-yard run by the quarterback, and now a 87-yard touchdown run by Tillett to make it 21-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. Kick comes down to the Millard Eagles at about the 3-yard line. Looks like they're going to run the reverse this time. They've got the reverse set up, but caught from the inside before he could get behind the wall will be, I believe that's Garrison Beckstrand. And he had some blockers out there, but he never got to him.
He couldn't get all the way around outside to that edge, that crease that was there, and South Summit just ran through the middle and pushed the blockers away and stepped in and made the tackle.
Yeah, your blockers have got to keep that middle sewed up so you can get to that exterior edge because he did have some blockers out there. Millard will have it. The result of that is it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles at their own 12-yard line. That's deep, deep in their territory, and Millard really needs to get something going offensively here. They will overload, looks like left-hand side, broken bone, under center, handoff to the first back through. He makes it through the line, but quickly hit there by the linebacker for the South Summit Wildcats, and that's number 50, James Scow, who takes him down quickly. Pickup of 3 yards, 2 yards on the play, a short 2. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 8. Beckstrand into the play, brings the play into the game. Millard will come out of the huddle now, and they'll go to the inverted bone. Wide receiver each way, Jesse Robinson under center. They'll send motion across from right to left. Back to pass is Robinson. He's got a receiver out there, but he kind of missed him. That was Coyle out there in the crease, but he threw it to the outside, and Coyle set up on the inside, and it fell incomplete. Third down.
Millard's probably having to throw just a little bit more than they probably would like, because South Summit's got 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, and they're bringing almost every single time all 8 of those young men right up the middle trying to stop Millard's run and not honoring the outside stuff at all.
Yeah, that's that 4-4-3 that they're running, and you're right. They're daring them to throw and figuring that they can get to the quarterback before he has a chance to throw it. So, again, motion, back to pass. Pressured immediately. Robinson not even with a chance
loose
to set up. Is the ball loose on the ground? It's still being fought for, and I think there's a South Summit player on it. Unless they're going to blow this thing dead.
Safety.
So Millard recovers it, but it's in the end zone. That'll be ruled a safety, but that's the better of the options. I thought South Summit had recovered it. So a safety will be 2 points. 2 points for South Summit. That'll take it to 23-3. And now Millard will have to kick off to them again, but I thought it was a recovery for a touchdown for South Summit, so Millard kind of dodged a bullet in that one.
I couldn't see who it was, but one of the Millard players just happened to sneak under the pile and grab it before South Summit could get to it.
Well, Millard will be kicking off when we come back. Let's take a short timeout.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Materia Natural Resources in Delta, Utah. Advocating education in our Millard County communities, Materian is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materian offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools.
Welcome back. Dennis Aldridge and Mike Lauder bringing you the action here. Again, South Summit has just gotten another score by way of safety on Millard Eagles. They recovered their own fumble in the end zone, Millard did. That's a safety. And so it'll be 2 points for South Summit, making the score 23-3 with 7:41 left. Now Millard will kick off, but in regards to a safety, they have a chance to either punt it or kick it off, but they have to do it from their own 20-yard line. So it's going to guarantee South Summit a tremendous field position. Looks like they're electing to punt it. Sebastian Garcia approaches, kicks it over end, looking for the roll. He gets the roll, however it's fielded by South Summit. Going to go back to the left-hand side, cuts back to the inside, and he's going to be hit about the 40-yard line. So that was number 1 on the reception, Brandon Dancy. And he caught it about the 30-yard line. They got a nice roll. However, he was able to get to it before it took the next bounce, and he'll get about a 10-yard return.
Millard needed just one more little squib bounce out of that, and it would have bounced right over his head or past him, and instead it bounces right up into his hands, and he tucks it and takes off.
It'll give South Summit a 1st and 10. Again, 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in this second quarter, and South Summit with it at their own 39-yard line. Again, they will approach the ball, quarterback in shotgun position, single setback, wide receiver left with a slot and a tight end. And then they go in motion looking for the pass. They're going to go downfield. Once again, the receiver goes by, and this time the pass was just too big. Goes out over his head, falls incomplete. Jackson Wardle defending on the play. Pass intended for number 27, and I don't have his number either. Just missed, just over his hands. Going for the juggler is South Summit.
A little more air underneath that football, and it comes down right into his hands, and he's probably going to score on that one.
So they'll come up this time now. They'll come up, looks like they're overloaded the right-hand side with a tight end and 2 receivers. Then they motion into that same side, give to the big fullback in the middle, and he's going to be brought down after a short gain. Number 29, Jordan Miller on the carry, taken down by the middle linebacker, Watcott of the Millard Eagles. Pickup of, they're going to give him better pickup than I thought. That's almost 5 yards that they're going to give him on that play. To bring up a 3rd down and 5. But they really overloaded bad that time. And when we say overload, they're bringing extra players to one side of the ball or the other and hoping you don't catch it, which gives them extra blockers that you're not aware of.
And they ran right behind all those extra blockers and picked up a couple of yards there.
This time they'll run it to the other side, and then what they did last time, and again they do it, they motion into the strong side too. So they've got a ton of players over there. They tried to pull Millard off sides, didn't happen. So South Summit has to take a timeout, and we'll go back to studio real quick.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Welcome back to Fillmore. The quarterback ran the option dive off the right-hand side. Everybody went for him, and he kept the ball. Quarterback again is Beasley. Went down the right-hand side, was able to move the ball ahead of the Millard 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the South Summit Wildcats. Another score to pass along to you. North Sevier 14, South Sevier 7 at the end of 1. That's North Sevier 14, South Sevier 7. End of 1. 6:20 left here in the second quarter here. And South Summit again will line up in that spread formation. Option back to the left-hand side. Give to the first back through. He cuts back to the right-hand side. He's got blockers, and he is able to beat one tackle, but it's finally taken down by Jackson Wardle. And again, that's the big fullback, number 29, Jordan Miller. And he makes a nice run, picking up substantial yardage, moving the ball down to the 25-yard line of the Millard Eagles.
And I think luckily for Millard, a couple of these blockers got in his way, or he'd have probably picked up another 10 yards.
Well, they missed the block is what they did on Jackson Wardle, and he was able to make the tackle. So once again, they'll go with the spread formation. Motion back to the right-hand side. Fake the first give. Pitch to the outside back, going down the sideline. Nice spin move by Millett. He spins off the tackle and picks up an extra 7 or 8 yards, putting the ball inside the 15-yard line at about the 14, and it will be enough for a first down, so a pickup of 11 on that play. And again, that was one that was set to gain nothing, but a nice spin move and a straight arm, and he picks up 11 yards.
And another opportunity there for the officials to have thrown a flag and didn't. There was a little bit of holding going on out there on that corner.
So if you hold and it doesn't get called, was it a hold?
Apparently not.
Okay. Anyway, they will this time it's balanced. Spread formation, motion back to right, fake the first back. I think there was miscommunication there. He missed the fullback entirely and then had to eat the ball, and even at that he got a couple of yards.
The fullback went a little to the left, and the quarterback decided he'd go a little to the right, and they kind of missed each other.
Watcott and Rowell in on that tackle. It'll be a second down and about 8 from about the 10-yard line of the Millard Eagles. As South Summit once again threatening for another score. 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the second quarter. Beasley back, handoff, back to the right-hand side. It's Millard again. Nice spin move, but they're hanging on to him this time. He went to make the spin move, but was it Rowell that wouldn't let go? He had him by the jersey and would not let go of him.
Somebody had a good piece of the jersey there and didn't let go of him.
Yeah, that was the defensive end. Rowell, I believe, had him and would not let go of him. And then he got help to bring him down. So it'll be a bit of a loss on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 as he loses the 4 he got on the previous play. He's quick with that spin and that forearm.
He kind of likes that spin move.
And they'll come back to the line of scrimmage once again. Now 45 back at the fullback position. Tillett on the left-hand side. We're going to option to the left-hand side. Quarterback keep. He's got blockers in front. He's going to cut back to the inside. He's headed down the sideline and into the end zone. Touchdown by Beasley. And, that looked like an option, but it really wasn't because the running backs turned and became blockers without even saying anything.
I think it was a design lead option to make it look like he was going to throw it, and instead he just tucked it and ran behind his running backs.
So it's 29-3 now for South Summit as Beasley goes down that sideline and jumps the last defender and goes into the end zone virtually untouched, and back on to kick now. Number 33, Trey Hatch, out of the hold of number 8, which we don't have. So the kick is up once again, and it is good, looks like to me. So it'll be 30-3 for the South Summit Wildcats, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
With internet service from CentraCom, you get a fast, reliable connection to a world of information and inspiration. Just choose the bandwidth package that fits your needs and your budget. Every package delivers consistent speeds that bring the best of the web into your life. And we offer local, over-the-phone, technical, and professional IT support. It's why CentraCom is now our area's #1 internet provider. Add internet to your bundle and save. Call or visit CentraCom.com today.
Welcome back once again. South Summit has just scored again. They have 4 touchdowns with extra points, and they also have a safety to make the score 30 to Millard's 3 points. So Millard scored the first 3 points on a field goal. Looked like they had some momentum going, and since that time, South Summit has really been in control of this football game.
Millard kicked that onside kick, kind of surprised South Summit, went down and got the 3 points out of it, and then South Summit realized, hey, we better wake up and play, and it's been all South Summit ever since.
South Summit will be kicking off again from our left to our right, from the north to the south. And I guess there's really not much of a wind, so that's not a factor. But the kicking was number 27 for South Summit. Again, we do not have that number on the roster that we have. But he's done an excellent job kicking almost to the goal line every time. Once again, it's a nice kick. It's going to come down at the 3-yard line. Jesse Robinson on the return, cuts back inside. He's got a blocker.
Oh.
Blocker fell down.
Missed
it. He
it.
had to cut back inside, and he'll be taken down, number 59 for South Summit. 55 for South Summit, and that's Jackson Clegg. And again, he had a blocker there, and the blocker slipped and fell down, or that's maybe a touchdown. So it'll be Millard with nice field position, though, at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second quarter. And they approach the line in the broken bone this time. Put motion across to strong side, back to pass. Jesse Robinson rolling out to his right-hand side, looking back to the inside. He's pressured, jumps out of that, looking again, throws it across the middle, and it's going to be intercepted.
Well, I'm not sure
they're going to call joint possession. Oh, the receiver gave it up. You got to hang on to that until the official rules. And so the pass is going to be ruled an interception, but I think you were right. It looked like they might have got away with joint possession, but the Millard receiver gave it up and stood up.
He had it in his hands, and South Summit player had it in his hands, and Millard let go, and South Summit gets the ball.
Yeah, you got to stay on the ground and wrestle for that thing and let the officials make that decision. As a result, however, South Summit with the ball. That's a long pass across the middle. You got to throw that one with some speed, and it was a little bit slow getting there.
And to give him credit, though, and some blockers back here, he managed to sidestep some defenders, and the blockers kind of gave him a little bit more time. Otherwise, he'd have been sacked clear back here on the 20-yard line.
That's true. Jesse was running for his life back there. Motion across the strong side, give to the first back through on the slant side on the option. Ooh, and that's a late hit.
And there it
got called. So the running back, number 29, a big old cuss, Jordan Miller. And Millard, nice gain on the play. It'll be about a 10-yard gain, and then a hit late. And even me with my eyes could see that one. So that'll be another 10 to 15 yards added on. The officials warning the South Summit players to be quiet because they're chirping a little bit too. So he'll mark this thing off inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. He's going to go beyond that to the 24. So that will put South Summit again in striking distance at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Quick pass to the outside to Millett. Millett out there with a few blockers. He beats one tackle, hit now, bounces back inside. Millett won't go down. He's not huge, but boy, he runs hard. He will not go down.
Kind of ducked under a couple of tacklers and ran past another tackler.
Then that little spot screen to the outside, I think you call it a bubble screen. He catches the ball close to the end, but the end and the tackle go out and block the runners out. He steps back inside. He's a tough little runner. You can see why his average is 9.92 per carry. So this will give him a second down now and about 3 yards to go at the, 17-yard line, 16-yard line?
South Summit's showing no signs of just trying to kill the clock. They're going after another score.
Yeah, they're going for the juggler. Big number 29, Miller, once again on the carry for South Summit. And he moves forward. Looks like it'll be close to a first down maybe.
Well, that was a nice spot.
And it'll be 3rd down and 1 as the ball is spotted right about the 15-yard line.
South Summit player handed the ball to the referee. The referee dropped it. Where it hit the ground is where he spotted it. South Summit lost a yard on the spot. So.
Well, whatever works. Take it what you can get. South Summit again in their same formation. Motion across from right to left. Handoff to that back through the left-hand side. Penalty flag down. Runner is hit after a gain of maybe 2 yards. It'll be enough for a first down, but this is going to be a hold, I believe, against South Summit in the middle. And they're giving a call number to the other side, so it is a hold against South Summit. And that will move from the first down. That'll negate the first down run. Move the ball back. It'll be 3rd down and probably about 11 yards to go. So it's 3rd and 11. But we've seen before that may not mean a whole lot to South Summit.
South Summit seems to have the ability that they'll pick up 20 or 30, 40 yards if necessary. Or they'll do something and put themselves in a deeper hole.
Yeah. So they'll come out again in their same formation. Wide receiver slot to this side, tight end wing to the other side. Hand off the first back, fake, quarterback keep going off the left-hand side. He's headed to the end zone, folks. Right into the end zone again. They take the first dive. Everybody flows to the first dive. They block the end out, and he runs to pay dirt, and there's nobody sitting there waiting to read him. So it's another touchdown for South Summit, 36-3 with an extra point coming. We'll go back to studio for a 1-minute timeout.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Welcome back. Fillmore, Utah, home of the Millard Eagles for tonight's action, region action. Northern 2A North, South Summit, and the Millard Eagles. Right now the visiting South Summit Wildcats up 37-3. Mr. Louder along with me. I'm Dennis Aldridge bringing you the action. And Mr. Louder, this is your alma mater.
It is. A lot of these kids are kids of guys that I went to school with. So
where's your heart?
Names are familiar, but I don't know any of them from anybody else anymore.
South Summit has had it going. And again, they are the two-time defending state champs, and they are the favorite to win it all again this year. I'm sure Beaver and San Juan and North Summit have something to say about that, but everybody else they've come up against, they've absolutely demolished in the 2A ranks.
Have they played North Summit yet?
No, they play them next week for the region championship. If North Summit wins tonight, that'll put them both at 4-0 and going against each other next week. Kick this time, they're going to squib one on the ground. South Summit does. It'll come down the ground. Jesse Robinson picks it up, coming to the left-hand side, breaks the first line of contend tacklers and is able to get through that, and then gets ahead almost to the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles with 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the second half. Again, Millard in a kind of a deep hole, 37-3.
They need to get something established here, if nothing else, to give them a little bit of confidence and momentum to go in at halftime and build on to come back out for the second half.
And Millard does get the ball in the second half when they come back out. So, something big here, score some points here, come out and get the ball in the next half and get some more on that. Big things could happen, but they got to get going. Motion across, single setback now. Robinson back to pass. They're going to run They run a draw that was there for about 10 yards, and he drops the ball. Oh, my, that hole was there, too. and he had blockers downfield, dropped the ball. They do recover it, but it's a loss of 3 or 4 on the play.
That one kind of was the right play called at the right time, but just not executed properly.
Minute 9, minute 8, counting down for the Millard Eagles. A score to pass on to you at the half. North Sevier 14, South Sevier 7 at the half. That's a cross-county rivalry going on right there. Millard now will come up, broken bone, option to the right-hand side, looking to make the pitch. Pitch outside to Brunson. Brunson off the right-hand side, blockers out there. Looks like he's going to get back maybe to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. As he will pick up about 4 yards on the play. Clock continues to run as he did not get out of bounds. They'll spot the ball at the 27-yard line. Going to get, looks like, it'll be 3rd down and 10 as he picks up the yardage that they lost on the first play. 25 seconds left. Looks like they'll have to get one more play off before the half. Will they go for the gusto or go into half?
I think at this point in time on this spot on the field, you probably ought to do something to hang on to the football and not give South Summit an opportunity.
Hand off to the first back through, and he spins to the outside, finally gets outside, maybe a yard or so, but that'll be it for the end of this half as this clock expires on the first half with the score 37-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. We'll go back to the studio for 3 minutes, and then we'll be back with the new Charter University halftime show.
The new Carl's Jr. Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. It's not for everyone. It's not for you if you prefer French poodles to sweet French toast. If cinnamon swirls make you dizzy, it's not for you. But if you crave all the best breakfast buffet flavors like egg, sausage, and cheese between cinnamon swirl French toast, then it's definitely for you. The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich at Carl's Jr. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Football season is in full swing and you don't want to miss any of the action. So stop by Service Drug today and receive your flu shot. They have vaccines available for all ages and most insurances pay 100% of the cost. They also offer vaccines for other diseases including shingles and pneumonia. Receive your injection in a private professional environment administered by licensed professionals. Vaccinations are available every day, anytime during normal business hours. So stop by Service Drug today in Delta or Fillmore and don't let the flu bug keep you on the sideline.
Hi, I'm Mark Huntsman, Senior Vice President of Sunrise Engineering. I would like to thank all of our loyal clients and employees who have contributed to the success of our company. Sunrise Engineering has been recently recognized nationally in the top 500 engineering firms and as a recipient of the National Client Satisfaction Award 5 years in a row. We are presently expanding at Sunrise and are looking to add engineers, surveyors, and other support staff. To join our team, visit our website or call Sunrise Engineering at 800-560-6151.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Again, we are at halftime of the football game between the South Summit Wildcats and the Millard Eagles. This is that time of year, too, when we have mini cheer, and then you'll have the drill team in their Halloween costumes.
Oh, that's right. This is the Halloween dance night.
The Scarathon going on here. So it's a big night. There's a lot going on in conjunction with this football game. Unfortunately, the score right now for the home Millard Eagles is not in their favor, as the score sits at 37-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. Again, we talked a little bit beforehand about the importance and the time of year that we're getting into. South Summit, of course, is trying to hold on to an undefeated record in region if they should happen to win this one, which at this point, is looking pretty good for them. It'll put them at 4-0. North Summit is playing American Leadership Academy again, and North Summit and South Summit right now with the perfect unblemished record within the region. And if South Summit happens to win that ball game against ALA, that sets up a heck of a game next week between North Summit and South Summit for the region championship and for the number 1 and 2 seeds going into the playoffs. So a huge game up there next week between these two teams.
And both of those teams could be 0 and whatever for the season, and that would still be a big ball game up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, it just puts a little more excitement into that ball game. On the other end of things, you got Gunnison playing Summit Academy tonight, and Millard and Gunnison play next week. Summit Academy has already beaten Millard, so if Summit Academy wins and moves to 2-2 and moves up the rankings, and Millard beats Gunnison next week, it'll still put Millard below Summit Academy because virtue of that win by Summit Academy. You've also got ALA sitting in there, but ALA is playing North Summit tonight, and then I think they play Summit Academy next week, so they've got a steep road to go, and if they're going to stay in contention for that 3rd and 4th spot. Now the reason...
So in order for Millard to get in, they basically need Summit Academy to lose someplace and them to win tonight and or next week at Gunnison.
Well, again, everybody goes. Number 1 and 2 get byes.
But to get that better seed.
Yeah. What will happen, again, we'll try and describe that for you. After it's all over, that first play-in game, which will be 2 weeks from tonight, and let us mention also that next week's game is Wednesday in Gunnison. It will be on the radio, but that is Wednesday night, not Thursday, not Friday, but Wednesday night because of the UEA break. So prepare for that one on Wednesday night. But what will happen is if Millard can end up in that 3rd or 4th spot, if they end up in the 4th spot, they will take on the South number 5. And the South number 5 will be either North Sevier or South Sevier here in 2 weeks.
Which is a good scenario for Millard.
Yeah. The bad part of that is then they go up against number 1 from the South, which will be either Beaver or San Juan. And they are playing tonight. So that game is going on tonight. We do not have a score on that, but that would put, again, that situation. But that game next 2 weeks would be a home game for the Millard Eagles. If they take the number 3 spot, then they would get South's number 6, which would be the other one of North Sevier, South Sevier, and then they would get the number 2 team. So it's still either Beaver or San Juan at one of their places.
Or now, and to start with, North Sevier or South Sevier for the first opening round.
Now, if they should happen to move up and take the 3rd spot, then that would put them in a whole new world. Excuse me. Yeah, no. Drop down and take the 5th spot in the North. Now, if they take the 5th spot in the North, now they're on the road to South number 4, which probably is Grand, but you don't want to go down there.
No, that's always a long trip.
And after you played Grand, then if you win that ball game, you'd go in as the South number 4, and then you'd come back against South Summit. So it's not a pretty scenario.
No, you get a possibility of a first-round win, and then no matter what you get in that second round, you're playing a number 1 or a number 2 seeded team.
Yeah. You would hope that if you could get the number 3 spot, that you'd get the best seed coming out of the other side. But you never know that. When you got both Beaver and San Juan, those are both pretty good schools. So it'd be tough either way. So that's kind of a playoff scenario. And again, a lot depends on tonight, but it's not looking good tonight. Then next week against against Gunnison, that's a must-win for the Millard Eagles if they hope to get either the 3rd or the 4th spot. That's a must-win. and then depending on what happens with the other teams, they still could end up with a coin toss. So we'll see what happens between now and then. A lot of it has to do with tonight. But that's kind of the scenario. And then again, next week's game is on Wednesday in Gunnison. It is on the radio, and I believe also CentraCom will be carrying that game also. And then the week after that is the first week of the playoffs. And we'll keep you in touch with who that might be at that point in time. Let's go back to studio for 3 more minutes, and then we'll be back with some more halftime.
How long has it been since you performed at your peak? Dr. Jordan Meekum at Peak Performance Chiropractic and Sports Rehab Center in Delta wants to help you reach your peak performance in everything you do. Whether it's at work, the golf course, the field, the hardwood, in the mountains, or maybe most importantly, playing with your kids, Dr. Meekum provides services for everything from back pain, headaches, shoulder, elbow, and wrist pain, foot and ankle injuries, and pain that comes with pregnancy. Visit PerformPeak.com to schedule your appointment today at Peak Performance in Delta or call 435-864-2000.
Welcome back to Fillmore. We didn't know we were back on the air. Hope we didn't say anything that was too bad. Another score to pass along to you is Manti 18, Richfield 0 at the half. So that's another game. Manti 18, Richfield 0 again. North Sevier 14, South Sevier 7. Other games that we had before that, Beaver is leading. We do have a Beaver score now. Beaver 20, San Juan 7.
Is that at Beaver?
That's at San Juan.
Is it really?
So that's a big score for Beaver at San Juan, 20-7 for the Beavers over the San Juan Broncos. And too many teams don't go into San Juan and win a ball game down there.
No, but if you're going to go that far, you just go with the attitude that you're going to win the ball game. Otherwise, it is a long drive both ways.
So what that would do to your playoff scenario is if Beaver wins that ball game, they'd be number 1 and San Juan number 2. And if you happen to in that 4th spot and the 5th spot, you're going to know, the 3rd spot, you're headed to San Juan. So maybe 4th is the preferable.
Shorter drive.
Anyway, again, Millard, recapping a little bit here, Millard was able to pull out some tricks early on as they ran an onside kick to start the game and recovered the onside kick inside South Summit's territory, and then had a nice drive as they moved the ball down the field, running and passing. Looked really, really good as they moved them down the field. Eventually, they stalled out and had to kick a field goal, but they were up 3-0 on South Summit, the best team in the state in 2A. In fact, they've knocked off some 3A schools.
That might have been the first time all year South Summit was behind in a ball game.
Could have been, and then at that point, though, from that point on, South Summit kind of woke up. And since that time, they've got 5 touchdowns and a safety for the 37 points. Millard hasn't been able to generate anything at all since that point in time.
No, in fact, the only thing that stopped South Summit from having more points have been themselves and their penalties they've picked up.
That's true, as they've had 2 long runs by Tillett, totaling about 95 yards, but were both negated by a holding penalty. And then even then he ran for 87 yards on the next play for a touchdown anyway. So, yeah, it could have been worse, but Millard, they play pretty good defense for a while, and then all of a sudden South Summit just takes off on them.
South Summit seems to be able to find that one weak spot at the right opportune moment for them and manage to break it open for a big play just about every single time that they need something.
Again, this is a big night for Millard High School as we have the mini cheerleaders on the field. We've also had the drill team in their scary Halloween costume dance, doing the annual Halloween dance. The Millard cheerleaders doing the school song. And also before the game, we had a surprise appearance by one of the Millard High School alumni who has been away to war and just came back, and her daughter is here at Millard High School and did not know she was here. So we had one of those surprise hellos from mom back from the Middle East. And it was fun to see that, and it was kind of an emotional moment there. So a lot of things going on here at Millard High School. Unfortunately, the score's not one of them.
And on top of that, it's also senior night for these Millard High senior football players that not probably how they would like to see the score on the scoreboard at this point in time for senior night.
No, it's certainly not going the way they wanted it to go. But again, it's still an important night, senior night, and I'd mention them again. We mentioned them before the game, but I can't find the paper again that it's on there, so we won't mention them again. Maybe before the game is over. 2 minutes left in halftime, and then the 3-minute warm-up, and then they'll be back on the field. So let's go back to the studio for 3 more minutes.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Materia Natural Resources in Delta, Utah. Advocating education in our Millard County communities, Materian is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materian offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
With internet service from CentraCom, you get a fast, reliable connection to a world of information and inspiration. Just choose the bandwidth package that fits your needs and your budget. Every package delivers consistent speeds that bring the best of the web into your life. And we offer local, over-the-phone, technical, and professional IT support. It's why CentraCom is now our area's #1 internet provider. Add internet to your bundle and save. Call or visit CentraCom.com today.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Did the
Welcome
officials
back to Fillmore. This is, again, we're just getting ready for the start of the second half. Teams are back on the field, and they are warming up. Again, the score 37-3. Another score to pass along to you at halftime. Kanab 44, Parowan 6. Not good for the Parowan faithful either at this point in time. So,
and I know Kanab was kind of there under the impression that they've got a pretty good team this year as well. And expect to be competing and beating people. So
they've been ranked close to the top all year long. And again, folks, it gets confusing because you're saying Parowan 1A. What do you mean? Well, in football, everything gets messed up. So yes, they are a 2A school, except football. They are 1A in football, and Parowan, who has been a 2A school, has in the last alignment dropped into the 1A ranks because their numbers are down significantly and will be there for the next 10 to 15 years. So they've dropped down into the 1A ranks. So it's a little confusing. You have Delta go up to 3A, Manti go up to 3A, Emory go up to 3A. Again, Kanab dropped down. We moved from our region to the northern region, so it's all kind of a mishmash.
For football and for everything else, it's different, and you bring South Sevier in, and every 2 years it's something different than it has been in the past.
Yep. Sounds like in 2 years from now it's going to be different again. The seniors once again tonight in their last home football game, Carson Adams, Garrison Beckstrand, Caden Booth, Derek Brunson, Sebastian Garcia, Hayden Hunter, Caleb Rasmussen, Logan Robinson, Jesse Robinson, Kyler Rowley, Rudy Rodriguez, Mason Wade, and Cole Watcott. Those are the seniors for the Millard Eagles. And again, that's a good group of seniors that have done a lot of good things at Millard High School and will continue to do so during the rest of this football year for the Millard Eagles, but for the rest of this year. But football not quite going the way they wanted it to go. So we are ready to start the second half, and South Summit will be kicking to the Millard Eagles. They'll be going from the north to the south and approaching the ball, and they're going to pooch kick this into the middle. It'll come down about the 20-yard line, take a nice roll, finally picked up by Millard there. I think that's to stop that reverse action nonsense. By kicking it there, you cannot set that thing up for that reverse.
Well, that explains the practice he was doing there at halftime when he came back out, just trying to pop him up in the air a little bit. And that was what he did to start the second half.
Dropped it into that open zone in the middle of the formation, the kickoff return formation. It was picked up by Jackson Wardle. He advances the ball to about the 20-yard line, we'll call it. 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles at their own 20-yard line. And Millard will approach the ball. They'll send twins to the left-hand side. 2 backs in the backfield. Under center is Jesse Robinson. Motion across to the right side. Back to quick pass. Bubble screen to the outside. Caught there. Got one blocker. And that's Jackson Wardle. He moves the ball ahead nicely on that play. Pickup of about 10 yards. It'll depend on where they spot this thing. He's taken out of bounds by South Summit at a pick of about 9 yards, it looks like.
The one official on the other side had it for 10.5, and the one on this side had it for 8.5, so they met in the middle.
Yeah. One on this side had a better chance, I guess. He was standing on the sideline, said he went out of bounds with his feet before he got the extra yard. So it'll be 2nd and short, 1 yard to go for the Millard Eagles. And this time they'll go twins to the right side. 2 running backs. Quarterback will be back in pistol formation. Takes the snap, gives the ball to the second back through. Nice cut by the second back through, some nice blocking downfield. He'll move the ball across to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles at their 33-yard line. Now they put it down at the 33-yard line.
Good block there on the interior for Millard Eagles to pick up that first down.
And again, good mix there. Nice execution on both of those plays. And they will come up again in the same formation. Twins to the right side, wide receiver left, 2 backs in the backfield. Motion comes to the left-hand side to even out the field. A bubble screen to the outside again. This time the block is not made, but the receiver beats the block. That's Turner Coyle. He outruns the tackler, the first tackler, and is able to get the ball across midfield down to the South Summit 47-yard line. And Turner Coyle, that was speed made that happen because he looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss.
Yeah, it looks to me like Millard's trying to find opportunities to get him the ball on the outside where they can take advantage of his speed and run past people. And Millard had success with that once or twice early in the first half. And then South Summit kind of started sitting out there waiting for him to throw it.
Yeah, and you got to worry about that too, them stepping in front of that thing. So you got to have one in your arsenal where you fake that and go deep. And they all bite on the fake. Same formation, left-hand side, twins left. This time the deep back will go in motion back to the left, so we got trips to the left-hand side. Handoff on a draw inside. Daniel Whitaker through the middle. Nice play, well conceived, and it goes through the middle for a pickup of about 15 yards. Nice play by Daniel Whitaker, and nice call by the coaches there on that play.
Yeah, it looks like Millard's kind of found some things at halftime that they think might work, and they've come out and executed and having good success with them.
Really mixing it up nicely now, and that puts the ball at the South Summit's 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. A nice drive here again, mixing passes and runs, and not just standard runs, but runs that South Summit not used to out of these formations. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Again, Millard down significantly. 34-point deficit. Twins left. Motion goes to the right this time. Daniel Whitaker back to pass. Fakes the deep one. Fakes the deep one just like we talked about. He faked the bubble screen hoping to go deep, but he didn't have the time as he's caught from the backside by the line of the South Summit.
He was looking to kind of throw that and didn't just have enough time to find his receiver and let it go. Looked like he kind of bobbled it as he was being tackled. Lucky to hang on to it.
Loss of a couple on the play, but yeah, we talked about it up here that pretty soon you got to fake that bubble screen and go deep. And as he tried to reset, he got hit from behind. He never had a chance for the second throw. So they'll come to Twins this way, second and long now, 12 yards. Twins left. No motion this time. Quick bubble screen once again outside to Turner Coyle. He bounces inside off the block. He's hit there, and he's going to be. Did they blow that dead? Because he's still standing.
I didn't hear a whistle.
All of a sudden, the tackling stopped, and he stepped out of the huddle, but they must have blown it dead. Nice pickup there, about 4 to 5 yards on it, but it'll still give him a 3rd down and 8 or 9. It just looks like 9 on the play. And so it'll be a 3rd and 9 at the 31-yard line. Okay, we do have some new numbers in here. Did not have some numbers. Number 45 is Porter Fitzgerald, and we apologize to the folks from South Summit that may have been listening. Number 45, Porter Fitzgerald, has had a nice game tonight. Handoff the second back through for Millard. Nice job, cut back against the grain. Nice run by Brunson there as he's going to move the ball down to about the 20-yard line. It's enough for a 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. Another name that we kept talking about that we did not have on the roster, number 8, Matt Lee, who's had a nice game, Matt Lee. And number 27, Alex Stockley. And again, we apologize to the South Summit folks. We did not have those names or numbers. And now we do. We'll try to keep that where it's announced the way it should be. Millard now with a nice drive. Go ahead.
We talked early, South Summit bringing 7, 8, 9 guys at a time, and looks like they're coming again, but Miller's doing a pretty good job of sneaking in between them and picking up some big yardage.
Real quick slant off the right-hand side to Marshall. The attempt, the ball just a little bit behind him as he had a step on the defensive back. Had that been thrown just a little bit more to the inside, that's a huge gain, if not a touchdown. So that close. Game of inches.
I think I've heard that said before.
Yep. As it was, the defender was able to come from the side of the back and knock that one down at the last minute away from Marshall. And it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10, Twins left. It's pistol formation for Jesse Robinson. And South Summit's up in every gap. They pull back out of that, though. Hand off to Brunson, cuts back to the inside. He drags one tackler. He's hit first by number 55, Jared Blazard. And he's able to drag him forward for a nice gain on the play. Moves the ball down to the 20-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down now and about 4, maybe 3.
And again, Miller's doing a pretty good job of taking advantage of what South Summit's giving them.
And South Summit trying to decoy things. That time they were up in every gap. They stepped back, and Miller went right through them.
And they'd have probably had better luck there if they'd have brought everybody.
Twins right this time. This time they do bring him. Nice cut block at the line of scrimmage. Brunson's loose to the outside. He went in up the middle, then veered to the outside. Nice job running the football. He moves the ball inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, folks, inside the 10. This is the drive we've been looking for. And wondering, when it was going to come after that first one. This is the first time they've showed some life here.
Millard's done a good job after, halftime speech and motivation there at halftime that things are going well right now.
1st and goal from about the 8-yard line for the Millard Eagles. They're staying with that Twins formation. Pistol by the quarterback. Snap comes back, handoff again to Brunson. This time, though, he's going to be met as he's met by the defensive end, collapsing down that time to the inside. Takes him down, short gain, if any. They're going to move it 1 yard. 2nd down and goal from about the 7-yard line. And here, the field gets shorter, and so some of the plays you've been using, but however, the stuff they've been using still works. Keep mixing it up. Twins left. Out here you got Beckstrand and Coyle. Pistol formation in the backfield. The defensive backs are up tight now. Broken play. Running back went the wrong way. Jesse scrambling for his life. He gets to the outside, but looks like he's going to lose some yardage as he turned to hand the ball off and the back went the other way.
A little miscommunication there. Like you mentioned, the quarterback's going right and the running back's going left, and it just doesn't work that way.
It'll be 3rd down and goal now, but from the 10-yard line. So they lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10. And again, you get down in these spaces here. The corners step right up in your face. You don't have the chance to do some of the things that you'd been doing before, and it takes away some of what you're able to do. They go Twins this way once again with Beckstrand and Coyle.
South Summit's able to bring everybody because they don't have to worry about covering so much ground out there.
Miller tries to run trap back to the right-hand side with all the motion coming left, trap back to the right-hand side, and it's going to be stopped and stuffed, but they do pick up a couple of yards. Now it's decision time for the Millard Eagles, as it'll be 4th down and goal from the 9-yard. I thought they got a little more than that, but it'll be 4th and goal from the 9-yard line.
Looks like Millard's going to go for it at this point in time.
Well, field goal doesn't do you a whole lot. So play has come in. They're in the huddle now. And they're going to be running on time as that back judge will start counting here. Motion goes out the left-hand side, trips left. They're going to roll that way with the pocket, pass across the middle, and is knocked incomplete. Looks like the receiver was tackled, but I think the ball was tipped first. And so Millard will lose it on downs. The post was in my way. Did you see that better than I did?
There was two defensive men there to cover the receiver. The outside receiver, I think, had single coverage, and the throw to the outside probably would have been there.
Well, as it is, it was a nice drive, but it comes up empty. But that did show a nice job mixing pass and run, moving the ball down the field. Some very good things happened there, but no points on the board. So South Summit will have it 90 yards away from their goal line. They'll run trips to this side, run a 4th back in there, so they're overloaded this side, run the option into it. The pitch is to Tillett. He's still away. Beats one tackle, still running. Tillett doesn't go down easy. He's a tough little runner. And he'll move the ball ahead to about the 24, 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the South Summit Wildcats. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, broke one tackle, hit again about 5 yards downfield, and finally Turner Coyle had to hang on for dear life and bring him down after that run.
Just seemed to keep on going. That 2 or 3 guys bump into him, try to wrap him up, and he just keeps running.
And again, South Summit goes with trips this way, single receiver to the other side, and last time he came in motion, so it makes the strong side to this side. Back to pass is the quarterback being pressured. He's hit. He's going to be taken down for a loss on the play, and they blow it dead before they take him down, but Beasley is sacked on that play as he's hit by the left side of the defensive line. You've got Garcia and also the defensive end Rowell, an outside linebacker. That was Hayden Hunter, I believe. No, Daniel Whitaker on that tackle for that sack. So it'll be another loss on the play, 2nd down, 17. Once again, they'll come. This time they'll run the strong side the other way. They're going to run a reverse up underneath, though. Bounce to the outside. That's Tillett again. Beats one tackle. This time, though, he's going down as he got hit hard as he started to turn back to the inside. He's hit hard and taken down, and will be a short gain as they try to run that inside trap reverse. Rowell is the one that stopped that as he took on the block and stood it up and wouldn't let Tillett to get outside or inside. Good job by Rowell.
And, Millard's done a better job defensively, just like that first offensive possession that they did a good job of moving the ball. So far, they've done a pretty good job of getting into South Summit's backfield and making some good tackles.
Power side now for South Summit to the left. Motion back to the left. First back through, nope. Quarterback keeps, comes off the right-hand side. And a nice shoestring tackle there by, looks like Turner Coyle. Stopped a big play there by the quarterback as Turner Coyle comes up and stops that one. He stayed home that time. And South Summit will have a 4th down and 5, and they'll run their punting crew on the field now. And 2 minutes, 1 minute 55 left, and their punt team on the field. Snap is back. Kick is up. Oh, it's a terrible kick off the side.
Get out of the road.
He might not get 10 yards out of this one by the time they mark this dude off.
Somebody probably should have told the cheerleaders to watch out before
And
that
sure
came
enough, that's about a 3-yard punt right there as the ball's going to be marked at the 30. He kicked that from the 27, and they were going to mark it at the 33. So that's a 6-yard punt. That don't do much for your average.
No, but it helps Millard out. Now they've got the ball back in good field position.
There's a minute and 40 seconds left. Again, the score 37-3 for the South Summit Wildcats. And Millard trying to make something happen. And again, at this point in time, you think, well, they probably won't score 30 points to win this ball game. But they need to do some positive things in building and preparing themselves not only for next week against Gunnison, but also the week after against whoever they play. And so you still got to build, even though you may not be able to get this game. They're going to stay with that formation, pistol formation, twins to the right side. Fake the first handoff, option to the outside, finally pitches it to the outside. Brunson with it, puts on a burst of speed and takes on a hit. Nice hit by Brunson.
Good run there.
And both men are slow getting up, and everybody's gaining around them. There's something going on over there. That's not good. That was a heck of a collision.
Yeah, it was almost a head-to-head collision, it looked like. Here we got the replay.
So Brunson does go to the outside. Nice block on the outside, and then the collision between Brunson, and it was head-to-head. And both of them go down in a heap, and they just kind of sit there. And they finally do get up, and nobody comes off the field, so I guess everything's good, right?
Just a little dazed and confused, and they'll be okay here in a second.
Well, they sent them off for dazed and confused now. We don't do the old sniff the smelling salts and get up. If you can see anything at all, keep playing. We don't do that anymore. Result of it is an 8-yard pickup, 7-yard pickup for Brunson. And it'll be second down and short for the Millard Eagles at the South Summit 27-yard line. South Summit up tight now. There's nobody deep now. They're threatening. This is a reverse to Marshall, but he's going to have to race hard to get outside the end, and nothing doing as number 51 for South Summit was not fooled on that one. That's Colton Crawford as he stays home and is able to take Marshall down, and as he stays outside wide, and Marshall not able to get around him. A little bit deep on that reverse. He'd like that to be a little tighter and maybe cut inside that end.
Gave the South Summit's defense time to recover and come up and make that tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be third down and 10. Well, I guess there's a loss of 7 on the play that Brunson picked up on the previous play. Now they've lost that. And South Summit really coming up tight. Now this in third and long, now they do put one guy back in the middle. They do have a free safety back there. Back to pass is Brunson. He's got a receiver out there. Now he's having to scramble coming off the left-hand side. Beats one tackle, jumps back inside. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 26, 27-yard line. So it's going to bring up a fourth down. Again, another decision time, fourth down. And that is the end of the third quarter, however. So we'll go back to the studio for another 1-minute timeout.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
The new Carl's Jr. Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. It's not for everyone. It's not for you if you prefer French poodles to sweet French toast. If cinnamon swirls make you dizzy, it's not for you. But if you crave all the best breakfast buffet flavors like egg, sausage, and cheese between cinnamon swirl French toast, then it's definitely for you. The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich at Carl's Jr. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Welcome back to Fillmore. Starting the fourth quarter, 37-3 for South Summit. And Millard, really this quarter's been really all Millards. They just haven't scored, but they've had some nice drives and done some good things. However, on fourth down and 3, they don't do much there.
Better to get back to the line of scrimmage there on that play. And South Summit will get the ball back again.
It'll be first and 10 for South Summit as they'll take over at about the 25-yard line. First and 10 for South Summit. What we got? Got people waving people this way, waving people that way. South Summit will have it. First and 10. Looks like they're running a few new people in there maybe.
That's trying to mix things up and give some other guys some opportunities here.
South Summit will motion once again into the strong side. They reverse back the other way with Tillett. Tillett off the right-hand side, gets hit once, bounces out of that one, gets hit hard a second time.
Still going.
And he's still going. I can't believe this Tillett kid runs extremely hard. And he doesn't look that big, but he runs really, really hard. As he goes off the other side, he gets hit 2 or 3 times, takes a shot, then beats another tackle, goes ahead for another few yards. I mean, that's a heck of a run.
Pretty good effort on his part to make sure he picked up some positive yards on that play.
And a couple of those hits were hard hits.
Yeah.
And he just bounces off and keeps going. So 2nd down and 2 now for South Summit. Fake the first back. Quarterback is going to be hit immediately and taken down. There'll be a big loss on the play. And that is on that play, try and get it on the replay, who it is that makes that. It's the defensive end, Whitaker, who makes the play. Stays home and is able to take that quarterback down as he faked the handoff and tried to go with the option pitch to the outside. Gain of a couple, no, loss of a couple.
Loss of a couple on that play.
Be 3rd down and 7. 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Great night for football, just the score's the wrong way.
Yeah, that's right. If you're a Millard fan, it's not a good night. Other than that, it is a perfect night for football out here.
Quick pitch to the outside, and a nice play out there again by Whitaker. Again, from his defensive end position, Whitaker is beating blocks and shoving off blocks, staying home, and is able to make that play. Also involved in that, Jesse Robinson, who turned it back in and allowed Whitaker to come from behind and make that play. Another loss on the play. It'll be 4th down and 8. And into punt will be South Summit, apparently. Snap is back to the punter. Runs. He's going to fake it, running off the right-hand side. Beats one tackler, beats another tackler. Down the sideline he goes, and he's going to get a 1st down. Interesting.
And if he'd have stayed to the outside, he probably would have picked up 5 more yards, but he tried to cut it back inside and ran right into all the Millard players.
You're ahead by 34 points. Deep in your own territory, 4th and 10, and you run it.
I guess,
Worked.
Again, they're practicing and experience, getting ready for what's left of the season.
Well, we used to figure you got to show everything in your playbook at some point in time, so even if you're not planning on using it,
people have to worry about it.
And they have to worry about it. You don't keep it in your playbook all year long and never having done anything with it. South Summit will have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line now. And they'll run the power side to this side, motion into it. Fake to the first back, pitch outside, cut back inside. Number 8 is the ball carrier on that pitch. And again, number 8 is Matt Lee. And Matt Lee will be taken down after a short gain.
And like you mentioned a little while ago, it looks like South Summit has brought in some other players that don't normally see maybe so much varsity experience, varsity playing time.
Well, and again, you would think that they would do that and give their other kids a chance to play a little bit, and especially with the big game coming up next week with North Summit and them. You know, you don't want anybody to get hurt here in an effort that you don't need it.
Rest your horses and give some kids an opportunity to learn and grow.
They still have Tillett and Beasley in there, though. That's about all they need right now. Motion back across, comes back, give it to the first back through. Beasley follows it, but the ball is handed off to the first back, and that's number 45, and he's had a nice night. That's Porter Fitzgerald, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down now and about 7 yards to go for a 1st down. 8:23 left in the game. 8:23 again. South Summit with a commanding 37-3 lead. And they're just kind of taking their time. I don't think they're interested in scoring anymore.
That was kind of what I expected to see there at the end of the 2nd quarter, but
yeah. So overloaded the right-hand side, motion the right-hand side. Beasley rolling out that way, tucks the ball, takes off around the end, and he's going to get ahead for a couple of yards. He'll move it across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, where he's taken down out there by the Millard Eagles. And be a nice gain, but not enough for the 1st down. Jesse Robinson comes up from his defensive back position and takes him down. Nice job by Jesse Robinson. And now they'll have a 4th and 3.
And
go for it?
it looks like it from the group that they've got out on the field didn't change much there.
They run the quarterback back out. They bring him back in the game. So Beasley's back in there. And they are not in punt formation. Will they try and draw him off?
I think that will be their first goal, and if not, call timeout. Apparently not even going to try.
Motion across, quick pitch to the outside. And the runner is number 8, Matt Lee again. He's got enough for a first down, but you may have heard in the box there is the belief that there may have been holding on that play.
And there is a yellow handkerchief out on the ground, so that would probably hold true.
They call holding that time. They do call the holding call, so the nice run by Matt Lee will be negated by that call. They'll mark it off from the spot, and it'll be a 4th down and about 15 yards to go. Make it 16 now from the 34-yard line.
And we do have a change in the group that's out on the field, so I would probably figure this time we're going to at least see a punt formation.
Well, Brandon Danzy's back. He was the one that was there last time in punt formation, but he ran it anyway. So Brandon Danzy back in punt formation, takes the snap, runs to the right-hand side again, but this time he'll stop and kick it end over end. And Marshall will touch it. It's loose on the ground. Marshall on it, and finally it's going to be covered up by the Millard Eagles. And it will be Marshall and also Jesse Robinson, I believe, who jumped on that ball to make sure it did not go to South Summit once again. So Millard will have it 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line with 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the football game. Scores to pass along. Kanab 51, Parowan 6. North Sevier 20, South Sevier 7, end of 3. Manti 18, Richfield 0, end of 3. And Millard will come up again in that formation that they've stuck with pretty much the whole second half with the twins and the pistol formation. Hand off to the second back through, and that went nowhere. That was nasty. Derek Brunson is caught and taken down quickly at the 30-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play. And he didn't even, they're lucky they got the handoff on that one.
There was no room there and barely enough time to do anything with it.
If he'd have wanted to, he could have handed that off to a couple of South Summit kids. They were there that quick. So kind of going the wrong way, clock running. And there's been no points scored here in the second half. Snap, bubble screen to the outside left, caught by Coyle. Coyle through the block and able to move the ball ahead to almost the 40-yard line. Turner Coyle, they are going to mark him back at about the 37-yard line on that little bubble screen outside. And Porter Fitzgerald out there, Brandon Danzy also for the tackle for South Summit.
Turner did a good job there of using his speed again to pick up some positive yards.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 37, 38-yard line of Millard. Twins right, pistol formation. Roll to the outside, give to Brunson back to the inside, and there's nothing going there for Brunson that time as South Summit has stepped up. That Millard had been winning the wars along that front line for most of the second half, but not on this drive.
No, South Summit's kind of made sure all 4 guys are covering basically 2 gaps, so taking the middle away from Millard.
It'll bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Millard Eagles, and they run Sebastian Garcia out there, the punter, to punt this ball away. Millard in a tight formation, punt formation. Sebastian Garcia kick is kind of a floater, comes down about the 30-yard line. Running to the outside is number 1, Brandon Dancy, and he's going to go down about the 39-yard line. Kind of slipped, like he looked like he was trying to cut and kind of crunch down.
Lost his footing there and just kind of covered it up so he didn't lose it.
So Brandon Dancy with the return, pickup of about 10 yards on the play, on the return. And South Summit will have it now. First and goal. Well, the way they ran the first quarter, it could be 1st and goal from here. But it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 40.
And Millard's done a better job the second half of kind of slowing them down and taking them out of what they were doing early.
As they approach the line, South Summit in their slot formation, double slot, motion across as Porter option right-hand side, kick the ball to Tillett. Tillett beats one blocker on the outside. No, hanging on. Nice tackle. As that time he was not able to beat that first tackler, and I think that was Jesse Robinson on the tackle outside for a big loss for South Summit. That's the first time I've seen Tillett taken down by one person.
Taken down by one person and for a loss besides.
Yep. Be a loss of about 7 on the play. It'll be second down 17 from that spot, the 33-yard line. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in this game. South Summit with a overload to this side. Motion into the overload. Fake the handoff. Back to pass. Being pressured. The quarterback, Beasley. They've got one of his arms. Sebastian Garcia finally is able to take him down. And that's Beasley. Sebastian Garcia takes him down for a loss. Kind of had his arm and sleeve and wouldn't let go of it until he could catch up to him and drag him down. Lost his helmet. I think he has to go out for one play because he did lose his helmet. So South Summit will call timeout with 3:49 left. We'll go back to studio for a quick timeout.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber, Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Welcome back to Fillmore, home of the Millard Eagles. Mike Lauder and Dennis Aldridge bringing you the action here. I believe South Summit's timeout was in an effort to try and keep the quarterback on the field, but now it looks like they're bringing in a whole new group of kids. So maybe they're going to take the starters out and bring the younger kids in and let them play, hoping not to get anybody hurt for the big game next week for them.
I think that's probably a lot of it is let's just not get anybody hurt going into next week. That they've pretty much feel like they've got this one sewn up, so why take that risk?
Millard really can't do that because they don't have a junior class. There's only a couple of players in the junior class, so they're already playing the sophomores, so there's not a whole lot farther down.
No, that's
they can't really put a lot of the younger kids in because they're already in.
And from the looks of it, there's quite a few that are over here with injuries as well tonight.
That too. South Summit put a whooping on the JVs of Millard yesterday up in Camas, and so a couple more got hurt, so it's not good for the Millard Eagles. Sure enough, they got a whole new group in there, and the quarterback, number 2, and he's going to try to roll to the outside, will be taken down. Number 2 is Parker Grajek, taken down by Adams on the outside for no gain. In fact, another bit of a loss on that one. And so the JV's got one play, and they're out of there, and the punt team will come back in with a 4th down and 25.
And 2 times ago, when they were in this same position, they managed to pick up a 1st down and off of a fake punt. So
yeah, that's right. So having trouble getting players on the field. They finally get everybody in the game, but he's not on the line of scrimmage, so that's an illegal formation if they care to call that. And he is reaching for a flag. It does come out. And the end-over-end kick will come down to Marshall at the 40. Fake the reverse. He's going to get to the outside. The blockers are inside. He's outside. He makes a nice cutback and move the ball up to about the 47-yard line. But unfortunately, he tried to get outside the wall, but so was South Summit. The blockers were inside that time. So this is an illegal formation. Whether Millard will accept it or not, probably not with this kind of a return.
Declined.
And they do decline it. They will have 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. For 2 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in this game. And no score updates to bring you at this point in time. This time it would be nice to know what's going on with North Summit up there.
Yeah.
Because that sets up a heck of a football game if they're both undefeated going into that game next week.
And an update on that Beaver-San Juan game would be nice.
Yeah. Line of scrimmage, Twins right, pistol formation. Snap is back, fake the handoff to Brunson, pass on a quick screen outside. And the running back got in the way. I think it was intended out there to number 4 out there of Millard. That's Marshall. And Daniel Whitaker, I think he was coming out to block it. I don't know. Anyway, he stuck his hand up and knocked the ball in the air. Marshall was standing there waiting for it. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock at 2:49. Looks like South Summit still has a number of their some of their starters on the field. Excuse me, this isn't a floor. Looks like their linebacking core, some of those are still the same. You still got Brandon Danzy over there. Looking for the pass, quick pitch to the outside. Brunson going to the outside, nice block out there. Cuts to the outside, gets out of bounds, it looks like. And no, they're going to say he stayed inbound. Clock keeps running, and it's a pickup of about 9 on the play.
They may have to stop it for a measurement here. Nope.
And it'll be 3rd down and 1. Looked like to me the hole on the replay, the hole was inside for Brunson. Could have picked up another 5 to 10 yards on the inside. Play designed to go outside, though, doing what he's been told.
Follow
3rd down and 1. This time they'll go inverted bone full, go motion to the left-hand side and hand to the first back through. And the ball comes loose. Jesse Robinson picks it up, but he's going to lose yardage on it. So the handoff was not, the ball was knocked away from the running back. Jesse Robinson there to pick it up. And lucky that's all that happened. He picks it up. There'll be a loss on the play of about 3 yards maybe. And it'll be a 4th down and almost 5 now. And the clock's still running at 1:30. We've had several of these 4th down situations for the Millard Eagles, not been able to convert on them, I don't think in any of the cases. So time to break through here with a minute 15. Full house backfield, motion from left to right, reverse back, looking to pass across the middle. Pass,
great
he brings
catch.
it in, yeah. Juggling catch, but he was able to bring it in. That's Jackson Wardle on the play. Catches the ball and goes down at the 35-yard line. He made it look difficult and then real simple, didn't he?
Great concentration there to kind of tip it up and hang on to it.
It'll be 1st and 10, but the clock still runs at 1:07, 1:06, and counting down. Ball at the 35-yard line. They go back to the Twins to the left-hand side. Pistol formation in the backfield. Snap is clean. Looking for the bubble screen again. There it is, but he catches it, but he has to go down when he catches it. So he goes down to one knee. It's a complete pass for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 with only 40 seconds left.
Millard might have time here to get one more play off.
If they hurry, they could get 2, but they usually take a little more time than that. They quickly go to the huddle, get in and out of there. Let's go. And South Summit, though, you watch them, their defensive backs, before the play starts, they start backing up because they don't want anything beyond them. And there's an attempt to go over the top. The ball hits Marshall in the hands and falls incomplete. The defensive back just laid back, was content to let him catch the ball. Goes right through his hands and falls incomplete. And on replay, it doesn't get any better either. That would have been at about the 15-yard line where he would have caught that. And, who knows what might have happened after that. So this, technically, unless it's an incomplete pass, would be the last play of the game. 37-3, 16 seconds left. 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 35. Once again back, being pressured. He's going to go down.
He avoided the first one.
But he's going to go down in the arms of number 3, and that's Ty Thornton of South Summit, and they're just going to let this thing run out. No timeouts. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. That's the ball game, folks. 37-3 for the South Summit Wildcats over the Millard Eagles. And we'll go to the studio for a while, and we'll be back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with CentraCom cable TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit CentraCom.com to learn more.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Football season is in full swing and you don't want to miss any of the action. So stop by Service Drug today and receive your flu shot. They have vaccines available for all ages and most insurances pay 100% of the cost. They also offer vaccines for other diseases including shingles and pneumonia. Receive your injection in a private professional environment administered by licensed professionals. Vaccinations are available every day, anytime during normal business hours. So stop by Service Drug today in Delta or Fillmore and don't let the flu bug keep you on the sideline.
Hi, I'm Mark Huntsman, Senior Vice President of Sunrise Engineering. I would like to thank all of our loyal clients and employees who have contributed to the success of our company. Sunrise Engineering has been recently recognized nationally in the top 500 engineering firms and as a recipient of the National Client Satisfaction Award 5 years in a row. We are presently expanding at Sunrise and are looking to add engineers, surveyors, and other support staff. To join our team, visit our website or call Sunrise Engineering at 800-560-6151.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Welcome back to Fillmore. Again, Dennis Aldridge and Mike Louder. The game has ended. The score 37-3 for the South Summit Wildcats over the home Millard Eagles on senior night. And this is the Sunrise post-game show. It will be a short post-game show tonight. However, we do appreciate Sunrise Engineering and all that they do. They are a local company who has expanded throughout the Intermountain West, and we appreciate all that they do for local sports and for regional sports and the young people in this area. As of right now, all we really know is we don't know a whole lot, but we're going to act like we do.
Game is Wednesday next week at Gunnison.
As it stands right now, we know that South Summit has moved to 4-0 and Millard has moved to 1-3. Now we can assume, which makes a mess out of everything, that Summit Academy probably will beat Gunnison. I hate to say mean things about Gunnison, but that would move Summit Academy ahead to 2-2 and Gunnison to 0-4. And again, it sets up a game between Millard and Gunnison. It looks like Millard could move back into the 4th spot. South Summit could move up to the 5th, or Gunnison could move to the 5th spot if they beat Millard. So really we're talking about 4th, 5th, or 6th for both of those teams. And the other one in that mix, possibly ALA, and Millard has beaten ALA, so they would have the tiebreaker over them. So we're looking at 4th, 5th, or 6th place for the Millard Eagles and the Gunnison Bulldogs in that game next week. And that's about where it's going to stand. We also know that in the south, Beaver was beating San Juan pretty good at San Juan at the half. We don't know how that's ended up. If that were to hold up, Beaver would be the first in the southern region. San Juan would be 2. We have no idea what's going on with Enterprise or Grand. Have not heard any scores on that. And then North Sevier was beating South Sevier. That would move North Sevier to a 1-3 and South Sevier to an 0-4. Now the reason that's important is because if Millard were to end up 4th, they would get the number 5 team, which would be at this point North Sevier here in 2 weeks. If Millard happens to lose to Gunnison, which is very possible. Gunnison on their home field. Right now, Beaver is beating San Juan 41-19. We get a score on that, so we don't have to assume that. We know that's taking place. But it's gonna come down to those 4 teams having to play each other in that first round, and then depending on right now Beaver would be number 1. So if Millard goes in as number 4, should they win that first game, they would then go to Beaver the second game. So closer trip than San Juan.
Much better travel-wise.
Yeah. If they go in as the number 5 team and happen to win that game, then they'll end up in San Juan. So still a lot on the line for the Millard Eagles and Gunnison and everybody else. As there's one game left, folks. And again, that will be next Wednesday night at Gunnison. It will be on the air. It will be Gunnison's senior night, an important game for the Millard Eagles. I hope you'll make the trip with us either over to see it or on the radio or TV so we can bring that game to you again. Any closing thoughts?
Just the second half, I thought Millard came out and did a little bit better job offensively moving the football. Didn't get any points out of it, but proved that they could move the football. And on the defensive end, they made South Summit have to punt the ball a couple of times, which did not occur the first half. So some things to build on, kind of uses some building blocks to go into next week's game with Gunnison.
And you're right. All the scoring was in the first half, 37-3 in the first half. And you're right. And I think Millard gets a little bit healthier next week. No one got hurt here. The Brunson kid will be a little healthier. I think Kyler Rowley is expected to be back next week. That will help them. I don't know if he'll come in at quarterback, but certainly at defensive end where he's been playing and was so effective at defensive end, that there are some things that will help. So they get a little healthier. And again, they're going to make some form of the playoffs. They just need to get as good as they can. And you were right. They did very well the second half, moving the ball and defending. So, we appreciate all of our sponsors and all those who have helped bring this game to you. And also Sunrise Engineering for the Sunrise Engineering post-game show and all that they do for the local athletes and the regional athletes. Once again, this is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Louder. We appreciate you being with us, and we're signing off. So good night. We'll see you again next week.
You've been listening to exciting high school football action on South Central Utah's sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and CentraCom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school football action on CentraCom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.